Hello, everyone. My name is Princess Rios, and this is my assessment data presentation for my focus student. We'll call him YC. I'll be sharing what I learned about his reading development, the assessments I used, and how I plan to support him moving forward. So, we're going to start with the purpose and the agenda for today's presentation. So the purpose is to share the results of YC's reading assessments and explain how this data will guide future instruction and lessons to support his reading growth and confidence. So this is just a quick overview of what I'll be covering. And I'll start by introducing my focus student. Then we'll go through the three key assessments like the interest inventory, the elementary spelling inventory, and the Morse informal reading inventory. Um, and after each, I'll share activities and book recommendations that align with his needs. And then I'll close with my conclusions and next steps. So let's begin learning a little bit about me and my focus student. So, a little bit about me is my name is Princess Rios. I am a student at the University of South Florida. I've been working closely with your son to learn more about his strengths and the areas where he's continued to grow as a reader. I created this presentation to show you what we have been working on, and I'll be providing lists of activities that you can do at home to support his learning, and that will benefit his reading journey. So I hope you find all this information helpful, and feel free to let me know if you have any questions or concerns. So let's begin to learn a little bit more about my focus student. YC is a fifth grader, bilingual student whose first language is Spanish. He enjoys soccer, video games, and drawing. He's a visual learner and responds really well to hands-on activities. Um, there are times when he says he can't read, but he's always giving his 100% best and putting in effort. He just needs encouragement and opportunities that match his learning style. His strengths include focus and persistence during one-on-one instruction. So yeah, he's doing really, really well. Again, his strengths is he stays focused when he has that one-on-one support and is giving clear directions and instructions. He enjoys activities that have pictures and he gets to move around or doing things that are like building like we played a word game last time and like it just has him doing things. And, so areas of growth, he really does need continued support with fluency, decoding, and comprehension, and building confidence in speaking and sharing his thoughts during reading activities. So, next, I'll share what I learned about his interests as a reader. So, the interest inventory is a tool I use to help me learn more about what topics and activities that motivate him as a reader. Um, I gave him a packet, and it would just tell me things about things that he likes to read, doesn't like to read, his just habits, his reading habits both in and out of school. Um, so again, I gave him a short packet with questions about what he likes to read and how he feels about reading. And since he did let me know from the beginning that he felt more comfortable talking while like rather than writing down his answers, because he says he just wasn't confident writing his answers and responses. So I just let him verbally answer, and I wrote down all his answers for him. And, this was just a way um to help him feel more relaxed and open up about his reading habits and stuff, just letting me learn more about him more openly and freely. And these are just some of the things I learned about him. Um, I learned that this is the interest inventory, yeah. I learned that he loves to draw, play soccer and video games after school. He enjoys stories with pictures, comics, and books that are don't have a lot of words in them. So like short text. Um He really does like books when they're funny or about animals, and he also likes when someone is reading to him and able to help him with words that he finds confusing or doesn't understand. So, this tells me that he benefits from short visual text that builds his confidence and stamina. So, choosing the right type of books can help him stay motivated, engaged while reading, and improving his fluency. Um, yeah, so now that I know what motivates him as a reader, I wanted to look deeper into his spelling and phonics knowledge using the elementary spelling inventory. Um, the elementary spelling inventory, or the ESI, measures how students use phonics and spelling patterns when writing words. So I gave him, we did this assessment 2 times. Um, I gave him a list of words and he wrote each word as best as he could. And this assessment just helps me identify what spelling features he has mastered and where he still needs support in, and especially in vowel patterns and blends. So, um, the first picture is the first time we took the assessment, and then the second one is the second time I did the assessment. And I'll explain why. Okay. Why we did the assessment twice. So on his first attempt, he scored a 1 out of 20, placing him in early letter name alphabetic stage, and he struggled with short vowels and blends. And I feel like he struggled with this so much. Like obviously when a student sees that they didn't do well on a test, but I let him know it wasn't a test, but so it just really brings down his confidence, and I really didn't wanna let him down and stop sharing with me. So I told him that he I would give him another list of words that I knew he would be able to master, and so I did the second attempt, and he scored an 8 out of 10 on his second attempt, which moved him into the middle letter name stage. This shows that he's beginning to recognize and apply vowel sounds more consistently, though he still needs some support with long vowels and word endings. So again, his just improvement attempts indicates the growth in phonetic spelling, increasing awareness of sound letter patterns. Um, yeah, so based on these results, I created some activities to strengthen his phonics and spelling. Here we are. These 3 activities are going to help him master vowel patterns and word families while keeping learning fun and hands-on. So short and long vowel sorts, he'll sort words by their short or long vowel sound. This helps him hear how a vowel changes the meaning of a word like hop versus hope. Um, so he this will help him see and hear vowels change within words, reinforcing phonics rules and patterns. Fishing for vowel diagrams is a matching game where he pairs words like boat and goat, and it gives him repeated practice with vowel diagrams in a playful way. And this will support more accurate spelling. The R-controlled spin is a spinner game where he reads and identifies words like car or bird. It gives him exposure to tricky vowel R combinations while keeping him engaged. And this will just keep him engaged in identifying R-controlled patterns. Um, all these activities are multisensory and align with research from the Florida Center for Reading Research, supporting his learning style and development. And this is just, again, going to help him transition from early word pattern stage to the middle stage. And he'll be able to apply phonic patterns independently in his writing. So, after assessing his spellings and phonics, I wanted to see how he performs when reading full passages. So next, I'll discuss the Morse informal reading inventory. Here we are. So the Morse informal reading inventory measures decoding, fluency, and comprehension. I used the passage called "The Fox and the Grapes" to evaluate his word accuracy, pacing, and understanding. So, uh, it just again will help me identify his strengths and areas of growth in reading. Um, And I just also would like to say that the Fox and the Grapes passage is a level 2, um, I believe it's a second grade passage. So it's obviously because he's still learning the language, it's not going to be on level. But again, that's we we just want to help him read more and stay engaged. So again, we're here to assess his fluency, decoding, and comprehension. So he read 42 words correctly per minute with about 85% accuracy, placing him at the early instructional level. He hesitated on longer words and lost comprehension when vocabulary became challenging. However, when I gave him support, he could recall key details and retell the story in his own words. This shows that he has strong comprehension potential, but he needs fluency and vocabulary scaffolding. Um, again, I just during the whole reading thing, he just needed frequent reminder. Um, he just support to decode and make sense of the words. So, we stopped a lot during this small passage, and I was just very scared that I was overwhelming him. But again, just showing a need for he's just showing a need for more continued practice with smooth, accurate um reading. And I just learned that he benefits from repeated readings, partner readings, and opportunities to hear fluent models. So confidence and encouragement will be a key to helping him improve his word recognition, fluency, and comprehension skills. So, based on this data, I created fluency building activities that support his growth as a reader. Um, uh, these three activities are designed to strengthen YC's fluency, phrasing, and confidence while reading. Um, um, I read, you read. I I will model or another teacher will model fluent reading first, and then he's going to reread the same passage. This helps him hear what fluent reading sounds like and practice smooth phrasing. So this would just help him develop smoother phrasing and confidence. The second activity, two to read, is a partnered activity where he takes turns reading with a classmate or teacher or mom or dad. It promotes collaboration and give him support with the coding and pacing. And this is just going to promote collaboration, repeated exposure to text, and increase fluency through peer interaction. Uh, Fluent phrasing, sentence sailboats, um, is he's going to reread he rereads growing sentences. So starting short and then building to full sentences. This improves his expression, rhythm, and comprehension. Um, Again, he's gonna get a sentence syllable card that gradually builds into complete sentences, and this will just help him practice phrasing and notation, encourage natural fluent expression while reading aloud. Um, and according to Rosinski, repeated readings and shared fluency activities are some of the best ways to build confidence and automacy. Um, yeah, so along with these activities, I also chose 5 high quality books that match his interests and reading level. Here we are. So here are the 5 books I recommend for YC. Each one connects to his interests and provides opportunity to build fluency and comprehension. So High Fly Guy by Ted Arnold is easy to read with simple sentences and lots of pictures and builds fluency into coding through repetition and visual cues. It's funny, repetitive text that builds decoding confidence. Dogman by Dave Palicki is a comic style book that matches his humor and keeps him motivated. Um, and again, this will encourage reading stamina and fluency through visual storytelling. The Dot by Peter H. Reynolds promotes oral language and expression by inspiring creativity and confidence. The book is also good for discussion based reading and building comprehension through conversation. Um, the Day the Crowns Quit by Drew Daywalt uh, will strengthen comprehension and inferencing with a fun letter. Oh, I can't see what I said there. I'm gonna have to remove this actually. Uh, Style. No, I don't think that's what I said. This will help him just understand perspective and characters' emotions, um, um, in a fun way. Sorry. And the fifth book is Animals Should Definitely Not Wear Clothing by Judy Barrett. It's just a simple text and humor makes it enjoyable while practicing comprehension. Um, that connects to real world, and the book will support comprehension and inferencing while keeping the reading lighthearted. So I've also included a Padlet for YC so you guys can explore these books and see how they support his reading goals. So finally, I'll wrap up with my overall conclusion and what I learned from his process. So through this assessment and presentation, I learned how valuable data driven instruction and lessons is for meeting individual student needs. So, for my student, these assessments helped me see that while he struggles with phonics and fluency, he's motivated, creative, and willing to always try and give his 100% best. So, just with continued practice, using the targeted activities, and him reading those high interest books, he can make strong progress as a leader. And again, just his next step is to continue using visuals and those learning strategies to make reading and spelling more meaningful. Just keeping track of his progress and celebrating those small successes because he really does benefit from when we tell him that he's doing a good job and showing him all the progress that he's made. Um, I'm actually gonna go back into some of these slides and see if I can. Okay, so I wanted to go back into these slides and just show you what the activities would look like. You're able to print out all these out to do at home. I have the links connect embedded into the thing, so as long as you click on it, you're able to see it. But for some reason, it's not letting me click on it. But I have on my phone. This is the short and long vowel sort. Again, you're able to print all of these out, cut them out, and have him sort the words by short and long vowels. And, just helping him see and hear how vowels change within words and reinforcing phonics rules and patterns. This is the fishing for vowels diagraph, the game where he's going to match the pairs of words that share the same vowel diagrams and, helping him build awareness of complex vowels and combinations and just help him spell more accurately. Um, this is the arc controlled spinner. I don't know if you're able to see it. Let me see if I can zoom in a little bit. That's the spinner. And this is the game board, the big spinner. There we go. And these are the words, our controlled words. And um, this is where he'll be practicing reading words with our controlled vowels. And the game encourages repeated practice and keeping him engaged, identifying the R controlled letter patterns. And then for this, the I read, you read, um, there's a picture, the activity, um, where you read the passage first and he follows along and then he rereads the same passage to you. Modeling um, will help him develop smoother phrasing confidence. This is the to read, the partner. I know it looks the same, but it's different. Take turns reading the sentence and supporting each other with unfamiliar words and promotes collaboration. Then this is the sailboat. This is what I really wanted you to see. Um, there's different ones that he can read. You can have him read. So as you can see, it starts off short and then builds into the sentences. So like Jose has Jose has a small boat, and so on. Again, you're able to print all these out. I can print them out and send them to you. And then there's the full passage at the end that he'll be able to read by himself, or you can read it and then he rereads it. So very helpful. Um, Again, I've embedded the links so you could just click on them. And then this is the Padlet link that's on the bottom of the books that I recommended with a little bit of what the book is about. So right here I have Hi Fly Guy, and it's a funny and easy read story about a boy named Buzz and his pet fly, Fly Guy. The book uses short sentences, lots of pictures, um, to help build decoding fluency and confidence, and you're just able to go through each one that you think he'd like. Well, I picked the books that I know he would enjoy reading, but you guys could read it together, have him read with a sibling or to a friend, and that's all there. So I just want to say thank you for watching my presentation. I hoped you enjoyed learning about his reading journey and how these strategies will help him continue to grow as a reader. Thank you.